All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're breaking down exactly how to form an LLC, a C-Corp, or an S-Corp in the state of New Jersey. We're going to cut through all the jargon and give you a clear step-by-step roadmap based directly on the state's official rules. Okay, the very first thing you need to wrap your head around, and seriously, this is the key to everything, is New Jersey's core philosophy. See, unlike a lot of other states, it runs on a really strict dual track system. Track one is all about legally creating your business entity. Track two, which is totally separate, is about registering that brand new entity for taxes. If you get this separation from the get-go, the rest of the process makes a whole lot more sense. This video contains affiliate links. I have a relationship with the brands in this video and earn a referral fee when you shop through the links in the description below. Before we dive into the exact steps of registering in New Jersey, let's talk about your foundation. You absolutely cannot build a successful brand without a proper legal entity. Most people launch as a sole proprietor or cut corners on state filings, which is exactly why they face massive liabilities, heavy taxes, or rejected applications. Whether you need an LLC, C-Corp, or S-Corp, your business must be a legitimate, separate entity. That's where Busy comes in. Busy is the best service out there, handling your entire New Jersey formation for $0 plus state fees. They do the heavy lifting, filing your certificate of formation, providing your legally required NJ-registered agent, securing your EIN, and setting up compliance alerts. This is non-negotiable to stay compliant and protect your wealth. Use my link in the description to get your NJ business set up right through Busy today and unlock exclusive discounts and perks. Get that handled first, and then let's get into the step-by-step guide. Now, before you even think about touching an official form, there are two pieces of groundwork you absolutely have to lay. And these aren't just good ideas, they are non-negotiable. Think of it like pouring the foundation for a house. If you get these steps wrong, you could face some serious delays or even have to start the whole thing over from scratch. First up, you've got to secure a unique name for your business that meets the state's very specific standards. And second, you must appoint a registered agent. That's your business's official point of contact for any legal notices or state mail. Both of these are absolutely critical, so let's break down exactly what you need to do for each one. Now here's where it gets kind of interesting. Your business name can't just be available. It has to be legally distinguishable when you check it against the state's official database. The rules for the little tags at the end of your name are just as strict. LLCs have to have LLC or limited liability company, and corporations need their proper designator too. And here's a pro tip for you. If you find the perfect name but you're not quite ready to file, you can pay $50 to reserve it for 120 days. That takes it right off the market. Okay, so you've got your name, you've got your agent. Now we get to the main event. Filing the one document that officially brings your business to life in the eyes of New Jersey. Now this step is going to look a little different depending on what kind of business you're setting up, but the end goal, it's exactly the same. If you're an LLC, you'll be filing a certificate of formation. For a corporation, it's called a certificate of incorporation. They're basically parallel documents that do the same exact thing. So let's peek inside the LLC's certificate of formation. Honestly, the details are pretty straightforward. You'll need your exact business name with the right designator, a physical New Jersey street address for your registered office, and they mean it, no P.O. boxes, your agent's info, and a business purpose. And for the purpose, you can just put something broad, like any lawful purpose. The filing fee for this is a flat $125. For a corporation, the certificate of incorporation asks for a bit more structural info right from the get-go. You have to list at least one director who's 18 or older, and you need their name and address. And here's a big one. You also have to declare the total number of shares of stock your corporation is authorized to issue. The filing fee, though, is the same as an LLC, $125. Okay, once your business is officially born, it needs some house rules. For corporations, this means adopting bylaws. They're mandatory for you to operate, but you don't file them with the state. Now, here's a super unique and honestly kind of wild thing about New Jersey law for LLCs. An operating agreement does not have to be in writing. An oral or even an implied agreement is legally valid. But let me be crystal clear, trying to rely on that is a huge risk. A formal, written agreement is always the way to go to avoid a world of trouble down the line. All right, your business is a legal entity. Congratulations! But remember that dual track system we talked about? Well, a really important clock has just started ticking for that second track, getting your business registered for all the fiscal stuff with the state. This whole fiscal onboarding thing boils down to 3 key moves. First, you need to get a federal employer identification number, your EIN, from the IRS. Second, you have to file Form NJ-Reg with the state. And third, if you're going the S-Corp route, you need to take care of that election. And this brings us to probably the single most important number you need to remember in this whole entire process. You have 60 days, exactly 60 days from the date your business was legally formed to file that Form NJREG. This isn't a suggestion, it's a hard deadline to get your company's tax accounts set up. But of course, there's a catch. And for a lot of businesses, this makes that 60-day window feel even shorter. If you're going to collect sales tax, you must file your NJ-REG at least 15 days before you make your very first sale. The takeaway here is that you can't just deal with tax registration later. You have to plan for it way before you even open your doors. Now, if you're thinking about an S-Corp, I've got some really good news. There's been a huge and super helpful change recently. Before late 2022, you had to get federal S-Corp status and then file a whole separate form to get New Jersey to recognize it. Well, as of December 22nd, 2022, that's all gone. Now your federal S-Corp status is automatically recognized by New Jersey, which cuts out a major piece of red tape. But hold on, automatic doesn't mean you're totally off the hook with paperwork. To protect its tax base, New Jersey still has one critical document you need: the shareholder jurisdictional consent. Every single shareholder has to sign this. It's basically their formal promise that they understand New Jersey has the right to tax their share of the company's income, no matter where they live. Okay, so setting up your business, that's not a one and done deal. If you want to keep your legal status and that all-important liability protection, you've got to keep up with some ongoing requirements. And the big one, the one you absolutely cannot forget, is the annual report. Every LLC and corporation has to file one, every single year. The deadline is always the last day of the month your business was formed. And this isn't just busy work, it's how you officially keep the state in the loop on your key info. The stakes here, they are incredibly high. If you fail to file, the state can actually revoke your business charter, which could dissolve your company and destroy its liability protection. And the fee for filing this mandatory annual report? It's $75. It's just a recurring cost of doing business that you've got to budget for every year if you want to stay compliant. So there you have it. We've walked the whole journey, right from just an idea to a fully up and running compliant business in Jersey. Now let's step back, pull it all together, and give our final verdict on the whole process. So on the pro side, that new automatic S-Corp recognition is a huge win for simplicity. The legal flexibility you get with LLC operating agreements is also pretty unique. And a big practical plus is that New Jersey doesn't have an expensive newspaper publication requirement like you see in New York. But on the con side, that dual track system can really trip you up if you're not paying attention. That 60-day tax registration deadline is totally unforgiving, and the annual report is a mandatory task you just can't ignore. So, what's the bottom line here? I think this quote really nails it. The process of registering a business in New Jersey is characterized by high levels of administrative rigor and a clear focus on fiscal accountability. Basically, New Jersey's system is demanding. It isn't very forgiving. It's built to make sure every single business is on the books and fiscally accountable from day one. You can absolutely navigate it successfully, but only if you respect its structure and its deadlines. Look, understanding this process is the biggest hurdle. You've got the map now, the path is clear. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with it?